insane. You need in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me. I live in you. Both of our fire offend you.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25. Call it. The 26-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
Gun!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
How about that, taking a deep shot on the first play of the game, obviously wanting to set a tone by pushing the ball downfield, just came up incomplete.
2nd and 10, here's Jackson again, and he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is James White, and he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Flex round! Flex round!
the gun now on third down. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. But he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. He gets them moving forward again with an 8-yard run, but they'll still be left with 14 yards to go on third. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, and they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, that's White. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They're going to look to throw. Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Allen, the intended receiver. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback. And then
the Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Jackson from the shotgun, shedding the tackle. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where it would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone.
Now Jackson on second down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's 4th. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big 30-yard play on third.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Victory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Flex round. Flex round.
Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Jackson on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morrison. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
Again, Jackson. Aguilar has it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are in for 6. And his kick is good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. He spins free. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Check. 3 down. Hot!
Here's White. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Flex round! Flex round! Hot!
Now White. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run with White. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now a carry for White. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round! We got three, fellas. We got three. Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Flex round! Flex round! Check it backer. Check it backer. You.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Jackson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Check 9. Ohio!
They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. Lets it go for Nick. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 36 yards. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. And they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Going deep for Moncrief. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So now with the late touchdown, not only will they take the lead to the locker room, but they'll try and add 2 more here. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to...
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 46 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Burkhead. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first down?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, they run with Burkhead. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll run for it. This is White. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll run. This is White. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut!
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's complete left side to Aguilar. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. They give him a gain of 38.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And Jackson throwing once more. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens are in for 6. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And now out come the Patriots. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Flex round! Flex round!
The drive starts with a run by White, and he'll get this one up to the 26. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back to throw. Allen's got it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. The intended receiver there, Allen. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on tap.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Flex round! Flex round!
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll buy some time right. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw here. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Green 39! Green 39!
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. On second down, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Jackson from the shotgun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Flex round! Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. 68 yards receiving now for him in the